Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. So in this video, let's talk about War of the Visions, and then kind of the overview of December, and then a preview of January, all of which is in the news here. Lots to talk about, so let's get into it. Let's see, I guess we'll go here from the top. This is nothing in particular. Alright, next up. The Final Fantasy XIV collaboration is ending this week, and then they have the new quests that they put in to make up for the failure of the raid. So go through the normal, and then go through the EX. They have new missions in there. If you beat them 5 times each, I think you get lots and lots of rewards. So that can be good. If you are still working on Yashutura, I think you can do it this week if you farm pretty hard. So. Yeah, you can look at that. Next up is a rundown of all the hatchers available. Okay, so first, this is the Christmas version of Ramada, and this is limited time, so it should only be available now. This is until the 18th. And if you pull a 10-shot, you also get these coins here, and you can exchange those for the character itself, or the shards of the character. Also available in the Hatcher is the Mog Summon. That's an uncommon, so that shouldn't be too hard to get. We'll look more in detail at the Hatcher later. And then there are new characters. These are in the standard pool, so these will be available at any time. Also, if you pull in here, you get the coins, which you can turn in for stuff. There's also a vision card available, Ramu. If you pull him, you can set the card to raise the stats of your team. You can also summon the Esper if you fill the gauge. So the center character here, that's the rare. The one on the left is the uncommon. We'll look at that more later as well. There is a guaranteed unit, 10-shot. I pulled that. Here is a guaranteed rare vision card. I'm probably not going to pull that. And then the standard rare upped rates on Mediana and Engelbert, both of whom are really good. And then another free pull. And then the normal Hatcher, which you can pull 3 times a day. They will add the shards of the Ramada Xmas character, so you want to be pulling that all the time. There's another shop which will sell a bunch of evolution materials. Unfortunately, I think you can only get these with paid lapis, so that's kind of sucky. Let's see, there's another shop where you can get the evolution materials for the new characters. There's another shop where you can get evolution materials for the featured characters. And then more stuff about the Mog shop. Okay, great. Let's see, that's a preview for the rest of the month. So let's instead look more closely at the Hatchers and then the Mog shop. Yeah, I think that's all we need to look at here. Oh, this is kind of important. Normal quests will give you double drops and also JP. So if you're farming for those blue orbs to raise your job levels, you can do that in the story quests. I think that is it. Here is a limited time story event. You definitely want to go through here to get more materials from there. That's the same thing. More about the other characters. And I think this is old news here. Okay, great. Alright, so let's look at the Hatchers. So this is one specifically for the Christmas units. So that is Ramada, the reindeer version, and then the uncommon summon of Mog, and then you get the coins here. And then this is the standard Hatcher, new characters, not limited time. I'm going to be skipping this completely because this new character here, this main one, she is a good attacker, but I have enough good attackers, I think, in my team. And like I've said before, you don't want to be pulling new characters just all the time because you're not going to be able to raise the levels of them all. Maybe a lot of people that started from the beginning, they have enough attackers on their team. But if you're just starting out and you don't have enough attackers on your team, then maybe Iruma here might be good. Main job is a Viking, which is new. So that might mean like good slayers, good attack. I'm trying to think of when like Vikings ever appeared in Final Fantasy. Maybe 5? That might have been Berserker, but I don't know. And then sub job is Knight. Those are like breaks and stuff. And then the sub job second is a Thief, which is interesting because that might really raise her speed and her movement. And then she can also steal stuff. So she might be like more mobile than your average damage dealer. Then the uncommon character is Nashia. Main job is a paladin, so she's a tank. Sub job is white mage, so she can maybe heal you as well. And then other sub job is dragoon, so yeah, she could have the jump command, and so maybe do some good damage for you in a pinch. Again, I'll be skipping this hatcher. And I think that's all I want to say here. Okay, great. Next, let's talk about the Ramada. This is the limited time hatcher monster. I said this about Thancred and Yashutada, other limited time characters, but you really want to get all of the materials to raise their crystal level now, because now will be the only time. You can raise their star level at any time, because that doesn't take unique materials, but raising the crystal level is limited time. So, how can we get more crystals? One is to get more pulls of the character. After your first get, every pull of the character from the hatcher will give you 40 shards. And then I think in all, to max out a rare character's crystal level, you'll need 600 shards, so that's a lot of pulls. But if we go into here, these are the coins that you get. You get 100 for every 10 shot. You can turn in those coins for stuff. And then the one that I'm looking at right here, these are shards of Ramada. So if you do pull the hatcher a bit, you have some coins, I would say get a lot of these so that you can get closer to maxing out Ramada. Also available in here is the actual get of Ramada. So if you pull 20 10 shots of the hatcher and just don't get any, you can get it here. I think at that point, maybe you should just think about getting Ramada to Crystal Level 3. I think for all characters, Crystal Level 3 is a good level to aim for, because at that point, you'll be able to raise their jobs to the max level, and you'll be able to access all of the abilities on their ability grid. So yeah. Okay, so those are the things available in here. Also pretty attractive are these rainbow balls. These are pretty rare. Also these rainbow shards, these are pretty rare. And then, yeah, I guess if somehow you don't get the drop of Moogle, you can get him here. And then also his shards in order to level him up. And I think that'll do it for the Mog shop. Next, if we go to the regular shop, right here, the shards of Ramada can appear here. So when the shop, resets 3 times a day, you want to pick that up. Let's see, nothing in here. These are the materials to raise your guys. Oh, just these top ones here. These are for the paid lapis. The ones down here for 1,000, anybody can get these, but they're not nearly as good. And then here, this is a special shop for the new characters released today. And this is very interesting. These are the shards of Ramada, and you can get up to 120 if you spend that lapis. So I think maybe the best way to go about going for the max of Ramada, pull the hatcher until you get that 1 drop. That's maybe the most worrying part, because that's totally up to chance. If you do get her, then stop pulling, and then get these 3 packs of the shards of Ramada. And then with these 120 pulls, 120 shards, you can raise her to Crystal Level 2. And then you will need how much? 120 more shards in order to get her to crystal level 3. And that's what you want to aim for if you're not going to go all the way to crystal level 5. I hope I can get to crystal level 5, but it'll depend on how everything else goes. So like how many times she appears in the shop here, the regular shop. And then there are lots of other places where Ramada can appear, or where you can get drops of her. One is in the Chocobo Expeditions, which is kind of interesting. So here I hit the magnifying glass, we can see that Ramada is available here. So just to make sure that I can get the most out of these Chocobo Expeditions, I maxed out the number of slots here, so there are 5 members in here instead of just the 3. And then also I maxed out, or I didn't max out, but I expanded the treasure chest so I can get 100 treasures rather than 40, which is typical. So I'll keep an eye on here, and hopefully we'll get drops of Ramada from here. And then, let's see, I think in the quests we can also get drops of Ramada. Let's see. So here, this is available once a day, I think. You want to play Water, which is the 3rd one down here. And then we can see that we can get drops of Christmas Ramada here. Otherwise, that might be it. But yeah, basically, all of the shards that you can get of Ramada are kind of from like passive ways. So like checking the shops, doing the Chocobo Expeditions, and then if you want, you can keep pulling in the hatcher, getting more coins. But there's nothing you need to grind, like with the Yashutura. So in that way, it'll be kind of easier, more kind of hands-off in order to raise her up. And then, yeah, you can spend your time and your stamina doing other stuff. Like maybe playing the story to get the double drops there. Okay, so I think that's all I want to talk about the new characters here. Let's look at the last bit of information. And these are previews of like new game systems that will come in December and January, so that's kind of exciting. Let's see, first one here, they'll set up a one-button thing so that you can just keep playing the same quest over and over. This will save you some time. Next will be auto battle when you're doing the multiplayer. That might be interesting. That will make it more attractive to me for sure. Arena is my favorite multiplayer thing at the moment now because it does have auto. But if multiplayer also has that, then I'd be more inclined to do that as well. And then here, hard quests will be introduced for all rare characters. This is kind of cool. Right now, there's only the hard quest for the main character, Monto, and then the bear guy, Zazan. If you play those, you can get maybe like a single drop per run. But adding the hard quest for all of the rare characters, that will give you a fighting chance to maybe max out those rare characters. And let's see, what else is there? There will be a new thing, Soul Medals and Vision Medals. I don't think this is available now, although we can see the place to trade them in. But yeah, more chances to get like shards and things would be good. Next will be an ability to look back at the old story events that you saw. So that will be like the Room of Recollection, I think, in Brave Exvius. What else? Auto of the story, so you don't have to keep pushing the button in order to advance the conversation. And then change the UI of some of the weapons and stuff. Okay, so that's fine. And then in January, these are the preview of the new mechanics in here. The guild, when you put a guy in there, the brave will go up and the faith will go down. But maybe they will change it so that you can have it so that their faith goes up and then their brave goes down instead. We'll have to see how that works. And then here, the second point, this might be the biggest news of all. But they will introduce a mechanic where you can take the balls, you know, that you need to upgrade guys. they'll make it so that you can maybe collect a certain amount of a certain rarity and then trade it for one of the higher rarity. This is kind of a big deal. And then knowing that this is coming, you might want to stop upgrading like your common and uncommon stuff so you can save up those orbs and then trade it for like rainbow down the line. So that's something to keep in mind. Let's see, there's also an automatic quest farmer. I don't know what that means, and I don't know how it's different from skip tickets, but we'll see how that works. There's also a dungeon quest coming that could be cool. It will change the tempo of battle. I don't know what that's going to be like. And then it will allow push notifications for the Chocobo quest and then the guild. This is kind of useful because at the moment you just have to check in and see if it's done. So yeah, lots of cool stuff coming, and I'm very interested in getting the max of Ramada, but we'll see how it goes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just collect the shards and then pull in the Ramada Hatcher until around the 17th or 18th, that last day. And then we'll see where I stand. And then I'll have to make a decision if I want to really go for her or not then. But yeah, should be interesting the next couple of weeks. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again. Take care.